Hi, it's Miss Sims here. Today we get to do a really fun project where we look at the way illustrators, that's people who create the pictures for stories, how illustrators create artwork to show emotions. Because one of the biggest goals as an artist is to make the person looking at your art feel something. We want them to feel the emotion that we try to draw or paint or create with our artwork, and illustrators do a great job of doing that. This is going to be a super fun little project. I'm ready. I hope you are too. Let's go ahead and get started. We have two goals today. Our first goal is to use colors to show emotion. We're going to use some cooler colors for more of our calmer emotions, and then some warmer colors like red, yellow, and orange for big emotions. We're also going to practice using different types of lines to show emotion. We can use curvy lines for those calmer, more mellow emotions, and then use pointy lines for big emotions. Here's an example of a bigger emotion, which is angry. This is from an illustrator named Molly Bang, and she does a great job with this, showing the reds and yellows, and it's big, and there's these big pictures. You can see the pointiness of around the cat and around the words. There's lots of pointy lines. That makes us feel angry as well. We can see that she is feeling angry in the story. Now, when the character in this story by Molly Bang starts to feel more calm after she's gotten upset, you can see that like the waves have these really nice little waves and ripples in them. The leaves are kind of circular. There's not big colors that are bright and scary. Everything's kind of smooth and calm feeling, and that's because of the cool colors and the wavy lines Molly Bang chose to use. We're going to practice using emotion in our artwork. You're going to need paper, a black color, it can be a marker, crayon, colored pencil, a gray marker, crayon, or colored pencil, and then rainbow colors. So you need black, gray, and the rainbow. So once you have your materials out, we can go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to start with my black permanent marker. There is a black marker in your marker pack, but I thought the permanent marker might be easier. The first thing you are going to do is you are going to start creating an oval shape. Watch me first though. I'm going to find the top corner of my paper, and I'm basically just making a long circle. That's all an oval is. I didn't put it too close to the corner where there's not room though. I need to make sure that I have 4 kind of across the top, but make sure there's room. You want to leave room above every oval and room next to every oval. You don't want your ovals touching any of the sides of the paper. You don't want your ovals touching each other. We're going to make 2 rows, so you'll end up with 4 total ovals, and you'll have some space in between all of these ovals right here. You can pause this while you're creating your ovals. Just make sure there's 4 ovals in each row so that you have 8 ovals total. Now, each of these ovals is going to end up turning into a different emotion, so this is a really good time to think of some emotions you might want to draw. I'm going to draw happy. I think that's a good emotion, and we feel that one a lot, so it should be a pretty easy one to draw. Then I'm going to draw a little arrow down to the oval underneath of it, and I'm going to do what I think the opposite is. So what is different than happy? Very different. And I put sad. Happy and sad are opposites. I'm going to keep filling in all of my ovals with opposite emotions as they go across. I ended up labeling mine anger and joy as opposites, worry and confidence as opposite emotions, and then I also added in silly and then bored as my last 2 emotions. Don't worry about your spelling, just try your best. Go ahead and play when you have both lines filled in. Now once you have everything filled in, we can start making these into faces. We're just going to make the details inside the face for now, and we're going to keep using our black marker. So for happy, I might think, oh, maybe some curvy eyebrows, because happy is kind of a big emotion, but it is a little bit calm too. Happy doesn't have to mean like crazy happy, right? So I've got a big smile and some big eyebrows, but nothing is too pointy. But look when I do anger. I have the eyebrows go down, and I've got eyes with smaller dots that don't look so big, right? Because if you're angry, you're very upset. And I have a big mouth that I'm going to fill in to make it look like it's open, like, oh my gosh, and a very pointy nose. Keep filling in all of the faces of your characters with what types of lines you think it would use. So if you think that it's something that would use more of a curvy line because it's a little bit more of a calm or a sad emotion? Or do you think it's a little more angry, a big emotion, and so it needs more pointy lines? You don't need to add hair or any extra details right now. You're just adding in the details of the face and doing it all in black marker. To finish off these people, we're going to need to get our colors as well as our gray marker out. So first I thought, what color face would happy be? And I always think of like a smiley happy face as the color yellow. So I'm going to color it in all yellow, except for I'm not going to color in the eyes. And then I'm going to add any extra details like hair with my color gray. When you add those gray details in, make sure you think about, is it a curvy line we should be using or a pointy line? And think really hard about what colors you use as well. One tip I have for you is if you want to use the same color for two things, like I did for silly and worry, that's totally fine. Just make sure that there's other details that are different so you can tell that they are not the same type of emotion. Do this until all of your different emotion people are filled in. I hope you enjoyed practicing creating emotion using different colors and lines. This is one of the most important tools an artist can gain as they want to become a better artist. Something you can think about practicing at home too is, how can I use emotion in different types of ways in my regular artwork? Like this mountain up here kind of has more points and different colors that might seem like a little more angry and a scary area of mountains. Where this one has some lighter colors and some stars and more curves, where the mountains don't seem as big and as scary. This one seems more calm. Those are ways that artists created different environments or emotions, even if there wasn't a picture or an emotion labeled on there. That's a great thing to practice. I hope you had fun, and I can't wait to see you next week for our next project.